Asenoji Yahlogogu Ayatoli Wigadana Unadanti Unilose
This meeting to order at 6 o'clock this January the 17th. Dr. Coates, would you deliver the invocation for us, please?
Creator, we give thanks tonight to be able to all be together once again. We especially give thanks for the presence of our Deputy Principal Chief this evening, Joe Grayson. We are, like all of the country, troubled by the events in Arizona this weekend, or this past weekend, and we grieve along with the families there and with all of the country. And we look to you, Creator, for your guidance to help us to take a lesson, to be civil, to be respectful, to be honorable, and to carry ourselves with integrity as we carry forth the business of this nation and this government. We thank you for all of your generosity, for all of the many blessings that you give to us. Sometimes they don't look like that at first, but we have faith that in the end, that's what they will be. Creator, be with every one of us this evening throughout our meeting tonight and on our way home, and carry all of us with your grace. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Coates. Roll call.
Bill England.
Here.
Bill John Baker.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Carly Buzzard.
Here.
Julia Coates.
Here.
Bradley Cobb.
Honey.
Joe Crittenden.
Here.
Jody Fishingham. Meredith Rayleigh.
Here.
Janelle Fulbright. Here. Don Garvin. Chuck Hoskin Jr.
Here.
Hannah Glory Jordan. Curtis Snell.
Here.
Chris Sepp.
Here.
David Thornton.
Present.
Kara Helen Watts.
Honey.
We do have a quorum.
We have a quorum.
Madam Speaker,
Yes, Mr. Baker.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Department of Children, Youth, and Family Services to donate surplus items to client families. And this came out of Community Service Committee today.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion on amending the agenda? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And that's item 4 under new business. Okay, next order of business is approval of the December 13 and December 24 meetings.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion on the minutes as written? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Minutes stand approved as written. Next order of business is State of the Nation, Principal Chief Chad Smith.
Good evening. It's my opportunity and honor to address you here on the State of the Nation, January 17, 2011. Let's begin by recognizing our Cherokee friends and family members who passed on this past month. We have several people to hold in remembrance tonight. Alejandro John, the son of Euphema and Stanley John. Lewis Ross, retired from the Cherokee Nation Community Services Group and a minister. Levi Carey, former Cherokee Nation employee and husband of Virginia Carey of our early childhood unit. Reverend Randall Cummings. Ned Sixkiller Brown, uncle to Wendell and Karen Black. Lillian Kelly, the grandmother of Vicki Hanvey. Tim Ketcher, longtime employee of CNI in Stillwell. Woodrow Boyles from Westville. And Sonny Mellowbug. Are there others that the council would like to recognize at this time as passing? Yes.
Miss Bluebird, and Buell may want to talk a little bit more about her real quick. She's an interesting individual who passed away. She was fluent in Cherokee, Delaware, Creek, Shawnee, and I think Osage. And she passed away. Buell.
There's no others at this time. Let's take a moment of silence, please. Mado. We have the opportunity at this point to honor our veterans, and I think we all will have a unison expression of thanks that one of our greatest veterans is here with us tonight, Jeff Grayson Jr. We'd like to honor a family of Cherokee veterans, the Crows. Two of these soldiers are currently out of state on active duty and cannot be with us tonight. They had intended and planned to be with us here last week. However, the snow and the ice prohibited us having a council meeting. So representing the entire family is their father, Norman Wayne Crow Jr. His military career spanned 4 decades. He's the son of Dorothy Ann and Norman W. Crow Sr. was born at the Naval Hospital in Camp Pendleton, California. He was raised in Tulsa and attended school there. After high school, Norman enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps in 1968. He was assigned as a Marine Rifleman in Vietnam. He was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Medal for heroism and the Combat Action Ribbon for infantry combat in Vietnam. Norman re-enlisted for aviation duty, received training as a helicopter mechanic and crew chief, was assigned to several light helicopter squadrons. He was released from active duty in the Marine Corps in July of 1978. In the same year, Norman enlisted in the Oklahoma Army National Guard, serving 4 years before going back to active duty in 1982, this time with the U.S. Army as a helicopter platoon sergeant. He served his country 10 additional years, retiring from active duty in 1992. More than a decade later, Norman was deployed once again to perform helicopter maintenance operations to support combat aviation operations in Afghanistan in 2005 and Iraq in 2008 and 2009. During his lifetime service career, Norman received many awards and service medals. He and his wife, Lisa, live in Oklahoma City, where he's employed with Tinker Air Force Base, working on aircraft. I'd like to reflect on his sons, who could not be here, and he'll represent them. Norman's son, Norman Crow III, cannot be here. We wish he could be with us, but he's representing his tribe, his country in Virginia. I hope he's watching tonight via the internet. He was born in Tulsa in 1972. Upon graduation in 1990, he enlisted in the Marine Corps. He trained at Fort Sill before serving in Saudi Arabia in support of the operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm. He also participated in various military and I'm going to get this one out. Humanitarian, thank you. Hey, you can't get it second. Help me here. Humanitarian operation in the Adriatic Sea, Haiti, and Central Africa before being stationed in Oklahoma City. Norman participated in Operation Iraq Freedom from 2007 to 2008, receiving the Bronze Star Medal for meritorious service. He also served in Operation Enduring Freedom from 2009 to 2010. He's currently assigned as an artillery enlisted assignments monitor at Quantico, Virginia. He and his wife, Dana, have 4 sons. Brian Crow. We would like to honor another Norman Jr. son's, Brian. Brian was born at Cherry Point, North Carolina, and was raised in Tulsa. After high school, Brian enlisted in the United States Army in 1993. His first assignment was with the Armored Cavalry Regiment at Fort Polk, Louisiana, as a cavalry scout. Brian traveled extensively during his service, including Operations Haiti, Eastern Europe, and a tour of duty in Korea. After returning to his family in Colorado, he was assigned to Fort Carson, Colorado. He volunteered to rejoin his unit already deployed in Iraq. And while in Iraq, he conducted combat operations near the Iraqi-Syrian border. He was awarded the Combat Action Badge for combat service in Iraq, as well as numerous other service awards and medals. Brian was honorably discharged from the Army in 2004. He and his wife, Angie, have 5 children. They live in Louisiana and were unable to make this evening. Before we call you up, sir, it is with the greatest humility and pride that we want to acknowledge your legacy as a soldier and what you've given to your sons, and to our country, to our tribal nation. We're very honored to be here with you tonight, sir. If you could come forward and let us recognize you and your sons.
Just one moment, sir.
Thanks, you're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sir, it gives us great pride and pleasure to award you the Cherokee National Medal of Patriotism. It is an award you have earned. It is not given.
Yes, sir.
We thank you for your service. And you may get one of our Purple Hearts if I stick you with this.
Lasted 4 years, but you'd like to get one.
Thank you very much. Welcome home, sir, and thank you for your service.
On behalf of your sons.
And on behalf of your sons, we have some more, sir.
Thank you.
You have every one of you have a certificate for a brick memorial.
Okay.
And you have this citation.
Thank you very much.
And forevermore, you are a Cherokee warrior, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You and your family.
This our honor.
Would you
It's ours, sir.
please say a few words, sir?
Thank you, sir.
You need to get yours.
Well, it's very humbling, and as I say, it's an honor. This has been our family business for many, many years, for almost 100 years. And with my grandfathers and great-grandfathers, we have served this nation with honor. It's never about the job. It's not about the awards. It is a way of life to protect our country and our way of life. So I thank you all, Chief, Deputy Chief, Council members, and fellow citizens of the Cherokee Nation. I thank you very much, and my gratitude to you. Thank you very much, y'all.
Joe? Would you say a few words?
I would like to thank everyone for their thoughts and prayers. As I was sitting in the hospital, I was getting stronger every day, and I could just feel the presence of all my friends on my side and praying for me. And I actually did get stronger and feel better every day. The only thing I hate about this is it's taking me longer to get well than I wanted to. I thought I could, when you're young, you think you can just go right on. Well, I know I'm getting old because it's taking me a little while to get around. And I don't think I'll ever get up to the speed that I was going. And even at my age, it was a slow speed, but I'm even slower now. But I thank all of you for your thoughts and your prayers, and I want you to know that I'm very, very humbled to be here. I have learned my lesson. I'm going to take it easy and live life to its fullest. I've been given a second chance. Thank you very much for your thoughts and prayers.
I think Joe would agree with me. Much of that second chance was because of the great service at the emergency room at Hastings, the emergency staff, the urgent care staff, the entire hospital sprang into action and saved our deputy principal chief. In program and service updates, the Kenwood Community Center and Nutrition Site has been a great self-help project. bringing together many of the community members in Kenwood, Cherokee Nation employees, C&E employees, and even students from Northeastern volunteer. Since the building is so linked to the community and our people, it's important that they have a safe and stable structure. Basically, they cut the entire roof off, just left the concrete building, built the building back up from the roof line up. Community labor did the demolition, built it, and Curtis Snell was running the crane, and I was on the other end, and kept wondering how many times he was going to try to shake me off. But it was a great opportunity to work with other folks. You're getting old too, you couldn't do it. But it was a good example of great community spirit and work. Our Cherokee Nation transit system has also a new look. We've contributed 3 buses that have been ramped with the Cherokee beautiful design. We encourage you to ride the buses weekdays back and forth between Tahlequah and Sallisaw, Tahlequah and Salina, Catoosa and Pryor for just $1. And that's quite a cost savings for commuters. The schedules for our buses are available on Cherokee.org. We're also pleased to announce that we now have a roads funding agreement in place in Adair County. The Cherokee Nation plans to spend $55 to $60 million of federal Indian Reserve roads funds and construct nearly 60 miles of roads over the next several years in Adair County. The Cherokee Nation will provide additional support for roads projects, the bridge and vehicle access funds that come out of the nation's tribally generated funds. We appreciate the hard work of our council folks from Adair County working with our roads folks to put the funding agreement in place. The Cherokee Nation has a seed exchange program that's going on currently. Cherokee gardeners can contact our National Resources Department or go to Cherokee.org for more information about getting free heirloom seeds. I've also appointed Councilor Kara Cowan Watts to represent us on the Oklahoma Water Resources Board Technical Advisory Group to review the water quality in some of our designated scenic rivers. Water is one of our most vital resources, and we appreciate her expertise in this area in representing our interests and making recommendations to the board. Also, the Cherokee Nation is offering home energy audits to our tribal citizens that are homeowners within our jurisdiction. The audits are free and give homeowners a better idea of how to make their homes the most energy efficient they can. To schedule an appointment, they can contact our environmental department. Todd Inlow is here, I believe. We'll introduce in a bit our newly seated youth choir. Carrie Tilley is here to exchange and present books on behalf of the Heritage Center. And I believe Jack Baker has an introduction of 2 young ladies that came and completed the circle that in the 1830s, the 9 Cherokee young ladies went to the school at Winston-Salem, the Salem Academy. John Ross's daughter being one of those, and they've come back, spent a few weeks here in the Cherokee Nation, actually have lived in our dorms, and they really don't look much worse for the wear, but our young ladies at Sequoia have been very happy to make their acquaintance. I'm going to ask the speaker to allow those folks to proceed after I sit down, but I'd like to close with this. And I think all of us who had the opportunity to hear the memorial service in Tucson were quite impressed with our president. And probably the most powerful things that I remember from his speech was this. He challenged us to live up to the expectations of our children. That's a very powerful concept. If we were to do that, of course, our societies would be better. So I thank our President Obama for that bit of wisdom, that bit of encouragement, that bit of perspective. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chief Smith. Mr. Inlow, did you want to introduce the new Youth Leadership Council?
A few weeks ago, we had our swearing-in ceremony for our new youth council members. It's officially titled the Cherokee Nation Youth Leadership Council, and it's patterned after the council, and we teach them about government operations and service learning. And so they learn leadership through those experiences. So I will actually have them come up and introduce themselves, put them on the spot. I know they didn't like that, but if you guys would please introduce yourselves and which county you represent.
I'm Kendall Horton from Mays County. I'm Dylan Tucker from Cherokee County. I'm Sarah Payton from Adair County.
Hi, I'm Summer Locust from Sequoia County.
Dylan Wallace from Rogers County.
I'm Lauren Keene from Cherokee County.
I'm Garrett Reed from Mays County.
I'm Noah Collins from Rogers County.
Give them a round of applause. One of the things I will be challenging them is to increase our voter registration, trying to get as many citizens out there to vote and get active in our government. And the day of their swearing-in ceremony, we actually had one of the parents come back and say, we want to get registered. I've never been registered to vote, but after seeing today's event, they got signed up and registered to vote as a citizen. So it was a very proud moment. So thank you very much.
From the Heritage Center. He is Executive Director of the Cherokee Heritage Center, and he has a presentation for the council. Gary, you wanted to say a little bit about the Moravian book?
I will. I'll be glad to. This is a project that the Council of the Cherokee Nation, along with the Easter Band Council, in joint resolution decided to support a couple of years ago, is the translation from the old Germanic script of documents of the efforts of the Moravian missionaries who lived among the Cherokees around the turn of the beginning of the 19th century, and moving in, even going on until many years. I don't have an exact number, sorry about that. But what we have done, there will be a series of volumes that will be translated from the Old German, some of them for the first time ever into English, so that it's available for scholars and for people who want to know about, not just about what the Moravian missionaries did. Their efforts are very fascinating among the Cherokees, but what's really exciting about this book for the Cherokee people, it gives glimpses into Cherokee life 200, even as much as 250 years ago, of how Cherokee people were living. And this is the first time this has been available to scholars unless they could read the Old German, so which very few people read today. So it's translated, and Volume 1 came out earlier this year, or actually it's been a year, a little over a year. So this is Volume 2 that's out, and so far it has some very interesting things in it, and real excited about the council support for this. And we have copies for each of you today. And Anna, could you and the girls help me hand these out? They are for sale. I don't have copies to sell today, and I apologize for that. I should have had some foresight.
But I assume they're at the gift shop.
We have them. They will be at the gift shop. We're closed right now in January, but they're also available through the Cherokee Heritage Center. So you can come see me or Tom Mooney, and we'll get you set up.
Thank you, Carrie. Mr. Baker, did you want to give us a brief overview of the young ladies here from Salem?
Yes. Thank you. As Chad mentioned, we had...
I'm so glad to give you this.
Thank you. We had 11 girls from the Cherokee Nation attending Salem Academy, which was operated by the Moravian Church, and still is. So it's the school that's was founded in 1772 and is still in existence. And so we had the close ties with Salem Academy before our removal, and then with the Moravians for almost 100 years, from around 1802 to almost 1900, with their missions in the Cherokee Nation. So we've started an exchange program with the Cherokee Nation and Sequoia School with Salem Academy to get the relationship reestablished between the Cherokees and Salem Academy. And so the two young ladies, Emma and Haley, are here. This is their third week, and they've been working partly with Wilma Mankiller's papers since the time she left her term as chief and putting them in order. So they've been very busy for this period. And then Anna Smith, who's on the Board of Trustees for Salem College and Salem Academy, is also here from Winston-Salem. And Anna is a Cherokee citizen, by the way. So we appreciate you.
Anna, did you want to say a few words? I've not known you not to want to say something.
Yes, I do. I want to say that now we're really looking forward to having 3 Cherokee girls come to Winston-Salem, just like Jane Ross and Sally Ridge and the girls did, and we hope that's going to happen. I think Todd Enlow is in charge of that project, so they'll be coming to Winston-Salem during the spring break of Sequoia High School. So it's a really exciting thing. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Okay, next order of business is action of unfinished business. There being none pending, we move on to committee reports. And the first report is Mr. Sutherland, the Housing Authority. Good evening, Mr. David.
Good to be here this evening. I have a short report. The next Housing Authority Board meeting is tomorrow, the 18th, at noon at the Allen Hogner Conference Room. We have a light agenda. The board will consider designating some apartments over at Birdtail Addition here in Tahlequah as emergency. They also want to talk about designating emergency units in all our locations throughout the 14 counties. We've not had any that we've designated as emergency, so we're going to look into that. We think that there's a need, and the board is agreeable to take that action. I just want to mention a couple of things going on. I talked a little about it this afternoon in the committee meeting, but we do have an opportunity to obtain some more FEMA mobile homes. First opportunity I talk about is through Cooks and Hills Community Action Agency. They have a large number that they'd like to sell. We've looked at them, and we think we can use them. We're looking forward to hearing from Cooks and Hills on the price. Hopefully we'll hear that this week. The second opportunity is that we received notice late last week from HUD that the FEMA mobile homes that people have heard about for the last few years, we've actually got a few of them about a year and a half ago. There's some more that are going to be made available to Indian tribes. We have a couple of weeks before we send in our requests. We don't have a whole lot of information as to how many are available, but we do know two things. They're in Hope, Arkansas, and we pay the transportation fee. Other than that, that's about all we know. But we'll stay on top of that, and any news that comes up, I'll be sure and let the council know. But that's my report for the evening. If anyone has any questions, I'll sure try to answer.
Any questions or comments from Mr. Sutherland? Thank you for that brief report. Mr. Stewart, Cherokee Nation Business, very busy person.
Good evening. Just now getting through the New Year's festivities. So, the financial results for C&B are approximately 10% above last year, and we're slightly ahead of budget at C&E. Most of that increase in revenue is attributable to Ramona, but operations are going very well. The debt remains at about $20 million out of the $120 that is available. With regard to our diversification effort, we're about to complete our 5th acquisition of ETI. That is in the IT sector, and so we'll finalize that in a couple of weeks. Our employees have been busy. We contributed 250 coats to elder care and some of our child care programs coming from Fort Gibson and Tahlequah employees. A big thing for us in Catoosa, the road is now complete. We've seen steady increase in business since it opened, and fortunately it opened before the holidays and New Year's, and we needed it. There wasn't a parking spot available. It was a record year. New Year's, so it's a sign of, I think, of things turning better in the economy. The Cisco training course I've mentioned a couple of times, and what I'd like to do is update you on that. Todd, where are you? You want to come up? This is a great program that has come out of our IT department, part of our effort to create career paths and jobs. So, Todd, you want to?
This has been a joint effort between the businesses, the Sequoia Schools, leadership, and IT. And basically, we started the Cisco Certified Network Academy there at the school. When we started the semester, we had 14 students that started the program. And basically, what we teach them are networking technology skills so that they can use that. It requires advanced thinking, critical thinking on how to solve problems and address issues, as well as advanced math. So it's a very good program related to science, technology, engineering, or math in the STEM program. And so we recruited one of our IT professionals that's been working there at Sequoia for quite some time and is well beloved by the students there at Sequoia. And I'd like to introduce him. His name is Justin Workman.
I just want to say that I'm honored to be selected by Todd and the leadership at Sequoia to be teaching this class. I think it's a tremendous opportunity for the students, and I'm really excited to be involved with it. IT is my passion, excuse me, and I'm happy to be able to share that with the kids. And I think I've got some really sharp kids. I think we're going to see some professionals come out of this, so it's really exciting.
Awesome.
So the whole reason we're doing this is to help create sustainable jobs for our citizens. And so we're starting in high school age to teach them skills and critical thinking so that they can become self-sufficient. And so this is a very good way for us to complete that circle in connecting them with our businesses as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Any questions about C&B or its subsidiaries?
Dr. Cobb?
David, I wanted to point out in council, I just saw these numbers here, and I saw them last week, but I didn't point out. I wanted to point out a good job on something. And I was unaware of these numbers to this extent until I actually looked at them. But the total number of active applicants in the human resources system for C&E is a little less than 75,000 applicants. Of those applicants, 27.73% of them are Cherokee citizens. But yet your hiring practices of Cherokee citizens is over 46%. So 75% of the people that have applications in at C&E aren't Cherokee, but yet you're actually employing more. Your employing practices are actually higher. So, you know, whether that's a question for later on down the line of, you know, getting people to apply their Cherokee citizens, but I think that's fantastic, to be bluntly honest with you.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Any other questions or comments for Mr. Stewart?
Okay.
Thank you. Next order of business is resolving old business or being none pending. We move on to new business. And approved in Community Services Committee is a resolution donating surplus equipment to contracted child care providers. Mr. Buzzard.
Yes, Madam Chair, I make a motion for the approval of this resolution.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And approved in Rules Committee is a resolution confirming the renomination of Jim Wilcoxon as a Supreme Court Justice. Mr. Anglin?
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. I make a motion that we approve the confirmation of Jim Wilcoxon to our Cherokee Nation Supreme Court.
Second motion.
Moved in second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Next item is an act modifying the fiscal year 2011 budget. We'll give you Mod 3. Mr. Baker.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. This budget mod brings in grants of $2,742,000, which include a new strengthening public health grant of $1,800,000, a new rural community enforcement grant of $914,000, and a carryover adjustment on a grant for $24,000. It also brings in $415,000 for self-help community water lines. There's an increase of $315,000 for the Marshal Service. There's $587,000 increase for child care. We have a decrease of $676,000 for child support enforcement. A $100,000 increase from HUD for the Leach water line. All in all, these adjustments increase our budget approximately $4,700,000 to a $604 million budget authority. And I make a motion that it be approved
Second.
by acclamation.
By acclamation, any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Okay, item 4 that was approved in Community Services today is a resolution authorizing donation of surplus items to client families. Mr. Buzzard?
Yes, I'll make a motion for the approval of this resolution.
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, are there any announcements? Mr. Baker?
Yes, Madam Chairman, I know they introduced themselves, but I'd like to give congratulations to the Youth Leadership Council, and I think that they're going to do a really good job, and I think that they're off to a great start.
I second that. Any other announcements? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Shelley, are you happy?
6:37.
I already.
It goes up 10 or 10:30, or it just depends on the artist.
It's over 900.
I'm a little slow sometimes. Just sometimes.
Not all.
Julie and I like the hair.